This is Ramna. Today I will show demo on how to call a store procedure inside a trigger. So first I will show my two tables. Okay. So this is my EMP table and this is my EMP audit table. Okay. The logic of this creating my store procedure is whenever I insert any new record inside EMP table, the values also stored in the audit table. That is my logic of creating procedure. So if you see EMP audit table, schema and structure, audit ID, employee ID, action performed and action time. You see audit ID is with seed and increment. Okay. At the same time, you see action time here, default constraint applied on the action time with get date. So you need not provide values separately while inserting for these two columns. So this is the logic. Now I am trying to create one store procedure to insert the data into the audit table. Create proc. So I am giving here EMP insert. This is my procedure name. Okay. Next. So here I will take at ID one variable, integer variable as begin and. So in between, so I'm trying to write my insert statement to insert the details into audit table. Insert into EMP audit. Okay. So what are the columns here? So EMP ID I am taking and action performed. So I want to insert into audit table for these two values. So remaining values you need not insert because EMP audit ID is already seed and increment. At the same time, action time is a default constant with get date. Okay. So I'm inserting these two values. Values here I am taking the values at ID. At ID is the input parameter name and second one is action performed. I am writing here inserted. So this is how I am creating one store procedure. So EMP insert is my store procedure and check your store procedure. Refresh your store procedures. Now you can see EMP insert. In the same way, I am trying to create trigger. So what is the logic of the trigger? I want to execute this store procedure inside the trigger. So directly after creating the store procedure, we need to write exec and mention your procedure name. Okay, and we can give the input parameter name. This is how we can execute the store procedure. But here our intention is to call the store procedure inside a trigger. So for that I am creating one trigger. Create trigger. So trigger name is here. Okay, I am taking trigger name as tr at EMP after insert. After insert. This is my trigger name. Okay. On which table? So I am trying to create trigger name on EMP table. Okay. So what is the type of the trigger? After insert. I am trying to create after insert trigger on EMP table as begin end. So here first I am declaring one variable. Declare at EMP ID is my variable name. Data type as integer. Next here I am selecting the variable. Select at EMP ID which is my variable name. Mapping with EMP ID in the column. So if you see, remember my in employee table. So we have EMP ID column, right? So I am mapping this variable with EMP ID, EMP underscore ID. Okay. So from where? From inserted. This inserted is nothing but magic table inside the trigger. Okay, now we can execute the store procedure. So we can write a syntax of the executing the store procedure: exec and take your store procedure name. This is my store procedure name, and you can pass your input parameter. Okay, that's all. So and now if I created the trigger, yes, command completed successfully. Where we can see the DML triggers. So we can see DML triggers in the tables. Expand your tables on which table you are creating trigger. Okay, and here expand the triggers. Now here you can see tr underscore emp after insert. So just now you created. Now I am trying to insert one record into the employee table. Once again, make sure we don't have any data and show it in separate window. See, there is no data in the employee table. I am inserting the record. Insert into emp. Okay, values. So I am inserting the first record. So emp id. My emp name is some name I am giving, and next one is salary. Salary here I am giving some salary, and finally department here I am taking IT. Now I am going to insert the values. Okay, for this also I am going to insert the values, emp values. Yeah, two rows are affected. Why you are getting error means this emp table also identity. See, identity seed and increment. That is why I am not providing value for emp id column. So if you insert this one, it will show two rows are affected. So first it will inserted in the employee table, and the same employee ID is inserted in the. How this will it will work? Now I will explain. First, whenever any new record is inserted, first it will inserted in the employee table. That trigger will automatically fired. Whenever you insert any new record, the trigger will automatically fired. Now I am changing the value. I am trying to insert the second record. Okay, so here I am changing the values of the remaining values. So whenever you insert, it will trigger will automatically fired. Now insert the second record. You see two rows are affected, and check the table first. So it will inserted second record, and check your audit table. You can see second two is stored in the audit table. Okay. So the trigger fetches the employee ID from the inserted table. So we already have inserted table. So from this inserted table, the employee ID is just fetch. So see here, inserted. It will fetch the employee ID, and later it will call the store procedure and insert the EMP table. So first it will employee ID inserted and trigger filed. So from where the trigger get the employee ID record, it will get the record from the inserted table. This is magic table which is created based on the EMP table. Okay. Later it will call and execute the store procedure. So this is how you need to call your store procedure inside a trigger. Okay. First I am creating one store procedure. So with the logic of inserting the data into employee audit table. Okay, later I am creating one trigger. Okay, so I am mapping the variable in the trigger with the column in the EMP table. Later I am executing the store procedure. This is how you need to execute the store procedure inside a trigger. So thanks for watching the video. Thank you very much.